Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we thought it would be best to run back the Janae and Kenny situation. There were some updates and we felt like we should talk about it.
We need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. I really hope, Blair, that once this video come out today, we are recording it today and releasing it today.
Yeah.
That, hey, you know what? Nothing else happens.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of things is happening. Guess what? We got some new opinions on top of the old one that we did previously. So make sure y'all watch that video. And then let's see what new information we have with this video. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Walk us through like this whole social media beef thing that's been going on the past 24 hours and things like that.
Yeah, there was a huge social media storm, and we're going to read to you guys the posts and what some of the Islanders were saying for us to really dig into it.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Janae's post. She said, "Hi, my loves. Thank you for all your love and support. It means the world to me. As you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I have seen all the breakup theories, and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is. Discovering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one has been truly devastating. Thank you for respecting my privacy, and please know, as a child of God, I will always be okay."
Now let's stop there, right? When she said she heard the theories and all the, the things that we were speculating and things like that, and she said all those things that y'all speculating cannot even measure up to what really happened, basically, to paraphrase.
My mind was starting to go towards something illegal. I was like, what was it?
Like jail. Listen,
what was it?
I always say jail or hell.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like at that point, I think it was like, okay, we already got kind of like 24 hours ago, kind of 34 hours ago that it wasn't cheating. So cheating was off the table. You get what I'm saying? So it only left me to think of something illegal. That's the only thing it made me think of. Do we have any other posts, Blair?
Yeah, so Kenny then posted after Janae and said, "The past few days have been incredibly difficult. I've been quietly sitting with a lot of emotions and doing my best to process everything privately. Breakups are never easy, especially in the public eye. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, you come to the hard truth that the relationship was not something that could last long term.
Yeah.
I'll always be grateful for the time we shared and the memories we created. I released this chapter with no ill will, only a hope that Janae's path forward brings her nothing but happiness."
Now, here's the thing about it, right? When I saw that, I immediately went, oh, that's PR. Because I was like, okay, we know between the two who's the biggest star. We know Janae is the biggest star, right? So it just made it seem like, okay, Janae already said everything that could be said, right? The only thing that I probably would have responded to if I was to respond, because I wouldn't have responded, she basically said what I did is the worst thing, right? So now, outside of cheating, outside of having a secret girlfriend, outside of having a secret baby, a secret family, so even though she kind of cleared up that we broke up, she kind of didn't exonerate me from any like wrongdoing. She kind of put a little sauce on, guess what? It's worse than y'all think.
Yeah.
Right? I'm thinking he would have came out and kind of addressed that directly.
Yeah.
Right? In that moment, I think Janae responded back literally immediately after he posted.
And she said, "STFU, you manipulative liar.
Wait a minute.
You not taking accountability and telling people the type of person you really are is insane to me. My first statement was me being nice. Do not piss me off."
Now, guess what? I seen people on Twitter and things like that. They said, you know what? Y'all responding in real time. I saw people immediately started following them and things like that because they didn't follow them at first. They said, you know what? I'm going to follow y'all on Instagram because now I can get actual like updates and things like that since everybody got their phones in their hand.
Right.
At that moment, I thought, Kenny, don't say nothing else. And he didn't say anything else. But that left for everybody else and her friends to say things.
Yeah.
What are some other posts?
So Serena called him a racist and a narcissist. Leah was going on his page talking about take my man down. When he didn't do that, she came back because he deleted her comments, and she talking about take my man down and stop deleting my comments. Then we see Liv, who responded to his post that said, Your pathetic excuse for a story is laughable. I can't even put into words how good of a person Nene is and how hard it is watch her go through something like this.
Yeah.
Kenny, I hope this gives you the clout you always wanted, you effing loser. Ooh. Then we have Leah, who responded, who pretty much said to Janae's post, put a sock in a chat GBT Tell the truth for once. Racist, clout, money hungry, and a scammer since day one. Trying to make it seem like it's something it's not. Arne is blessed and highly favored. She even at one point called him like a clout demon. I was just like, goodness gracious.
Oh yeah.
And then her friend came out, which I feel like gave us a little bit more of a clearer picture, or a whole lot more of a clearer picture.
And this is Janae's friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what the streets is saying is Janae's friend. And I think Janae reposted it. She said, my advice for women in relationships: if you have access, go through your man's phone today. Search keywords like, I don't like black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done with this so I can F hella B words. You'll thank me later. P.S. Never spare a man. Dog them out, baby girl.
Whew.
It was hot. It was heat. It was tea. It's crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. So do I go first on what I think about all of this?
I'll go first, and then you can take us away. I might chime in as well.
Okay.
The only thing I really have to say is I was fooled. I didn't know that he felt this way. I mean, I know that things came out that he was a Trump supporter or he followed Trump, but it never really seemed like he moved in that way. So to me, I couldn't really tell for sure if that was a real thing. And then also to hear about the fact that Janae is having to deal with somebody who essentially never really liked her, stayed in this relationship with her for over a year, past the show, shared intimate moments with her, had her around his family, dates, all this type of stuff of meshing their lives together, for him to really not like her and her kind, you know, based off of what her friends and the Islanders and all of the folks are saying. So it's absolutely disgusting, and I can understand why she would be pissed off by his post, because he made it seem like, oh, we just weren't going to work out. No, you can't save face when so many people know about the real story. People are going to come out and come down on you for the truth. And so I just hope that Janae finds like peace in all of this. I feel like it's beyond just the fact that, oh, well, he didn't really like me, like it wasn't a real relationship and all that type of stuff, but that like can cause psychological harm on you to be so close to somebody and for them to essentially hate your guts the whole time. Like that's I feel like that's just very like evil. You know what I'm saying? And that's also putting her in a position to like open up to you with her mind, her soul, her body, for you to basically play on all of that. So I would feel so violated if I was her. Like that's awful.
This discussion, there's so much nuance to it, but there are parts of this discussion that there is no nuance. So let's start with the part that is no nuance, right? If it comes out to be true that you were saying things that is alleged, that points to you being a racist, or you giving little microaggressions and things like that you sharing amongst your friends in the group chat, there's no room for that. There's no excuse for that. You get what I'm saying? I understand some people say, well, maybe his group chat was leaked or something like that, and he was talking to his friends, and there was an invasion of privacy. What you doing talking to your friends about your girl? That's not what a guy group chat for. It's for to talk about other girls. It's not to talk about your girl, especially not in that light, right? So the whole time, if you there talking about Janae in a way that points to you as an alleged racist, that points to you as someone that have these microaggressions and things of that nature, then there's no nuance in that. You're wrong. You're wrong, right? I knew something was kind of off about it, because I have no problem with something like this happens where Leah unfollow you, Liv unfollow you, and things of that nature. Janae unfollow you, Serena unfollow you. But it's like, okay, they are a group. They're friends. You get what I'm saying? But once it got to like, oh, Cordell, Miguel,
there's like a character flaw happening.
Peacock, the host of Love Island, I straight don't know
Ariana.
She straight on. So it's like, whoa, that would make me go, crime.
That's what I was thinking too.
You know
I was like, what?
Criminal
How
crime?
bad is it?
He going to jail?
And this is very bad. This is very bad.
So like, no, it's definitely bad. And it's a huge character flaw if the things that they allege you to be is actual. You get what I'm saying? So there's no nuance in that. Right? Now let's start a whole new conversation where there is nuance. If you remember Love Island, season 6, what is one thing that Janae said when she saw Kenny Blair? If you remember.
I don't.
She said, you know, I always had dreams that I would be married to some Dominican, some type of like Spanish guy and things like that. I have these, you know, Hispanic babies and things of that nature. If you go back to what I said last episode yesterday, right? Kenny was brought in to basically be the savior for Janae. So whole time, what you get in that moment, which is a perfect insult, which I kind of like it, clout demon, right? That was the breeding ground for someone to be a clout demon.
Yeah.
Because whole time he was supposed to come in and basically give Janae the Love Island experience. She's over there basically Janae, which is no fault of her own. But
if I could just add one more thing.
Go ahead, help me.
With everything that happened with Kendall and how Nicole was kind of played to the left, I feel like Nicole got the short end of the stick and everybody continued to remain friends with Kendall.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, if anybody wanted to call him a clout demon, I wouldn't object.
Oh no.
I would not object to that.
No, for sure.
I know that's a stray, but I'm just saying, like, there's a few out here.
This is the part that is the nuance part.
Right.
The nuance, the part there is no nuance is if there's racism involved, there's no room for that, and you gotta go sit down.
Yeah, for sure.
You get what I'm saying? The part that there's nuance is there's potential that whole time the way this whole relationship started was the breeding ground for it to not be genuine.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Whole time you would say season 6 was a huge season, right?
It was big.
Season 7 was bigger than season 6 if we go by the numbers.
Okay.
And we project that season 8 is going to be bigger than season 7, right? If we go on the trajectory that it's going. So what do that breeds? That gives more opportunity for the opportunists to come on this show and to do what Kenny did.
For sure. I mean, I think that's the landscape of reality TV right now.
Yeah.
Those of you guys who watched recent Love is Blind seasons and, you know, other Love Island, you know, like things or whatever like that. People who come onto these shows, number one, I can respect somebody coming onto a game show to play a game when love and people's emotions aren't involved.
Okay.
So if we're talking about Big Brother, Traitors, Survivor, American, what is it called?
Race?
Yeah.
I don't know.
American Race or something like that. Amazing Race.
America's Race.
Sounds like the Sydney Sweeney, like jeans.
I know,
like
right?
my jeans are blue. Amazing Race.
Yeah.
And for those shows, I'm like, yeah, let's get cut through. Let's get nasty. Let's, you know, lie.
Yeah.
Let's do everything we have to do to get to the money.
Yeah.
But the basis of these shows are real relationships and real emotions, and people's families are tuning in and wanting to experience these things past the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a game show. It is a game show, and we talk about it as such, but there is love and emotion that has to be tied into it as well.
But but my thing about it is I think that's the
evil part for these clout demons coming on these love shows.
But here's the thing about it, right? I agree that it's supposed to be love and there's supposed to be some type of like real feelings involved. But now we're weighing love to actual clout, right? At one point, the benefit of coming on a show like this is that, like back in the day when Love Island was first starting out, is that you could potentially find love or find a relationship in an awkward, you know, unorthodox way. You get what I'm saying? Now the actual benefit of just being on the show outweighs the possibility of you finding love.
That is so true.
Or even getting love. Ace went on live the other week and things of that nature. Remember, the grand prize was $100,000 to be on the show, right? He made over $100,000 on his TikTok in less than 30 minutes.
And he got his girl.
Now, my thing is, we are going to see more Kennys, minus the alleged racist part. Hopefully we don't see no more of them. You get what I'm saying? But we are going to see more Kennys, some people that's going to play a different game.
Yeah.
The game that is beyond the villa.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The game that's not going to be based on love. And I understand. And guess what? I can empathize and sympathize with Janae. But if you go back to what we were saying last season, especially me, I was like, Janae just seemed a little too eager. A little too, what's the word, hungry for, like, I need my man. I need, and even when she was talking to Kenny, going back to that whole, like, I always picture myself with a Dominican and things like that. I always picture Spanish babies. It's like she already was, like, basically confirming whatever dream she had in her head, and it didn't make her really do, in my opinion, the checklist
She didn't vet him enough.
She didn't vet him enough, right? But this is where I talk out of both sides of my mouth.
Right.
How can you vet someone who's purposely lying to you?
Exactly.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So my thing is, what we saw from Kenny should not surprise us. They made a whole show off of a cast.
Yeah.
From a show that they never did that. Season 6 was the only season that had a reunion because the season was so good. Now it's almost like from this point on, it's going to be a reunion every time. You get what I'm saying? So I think this is actually going to be the breeding ground because I think the actual benefit of finding love is going to be outweighed by actual coming out and actually having a career of being like, oh yeah, I used to be on Love Island and things of that nature.
And I mean, and if we just want to talk like the way that some men are raised like in society,
help me.
Some men just want to be able to conquer a woman, use a woman, not really like the woman that they're with, and that's without the cameras. So
that's true.
So given the opportunity to be on television, to have brand deals, to change your career, to go from a salesman to an influencer, you know, it's going to be too easy of a lick for these people who have these like dubious intentions, you know?
Let me ask y'all a question. And let me ask you a question, Blair, right? Did we see the signs, but we just ignored it because we like Janae? And basically we were just hoping for the best? Because, like, think about Beyond the Villa. He didn't move in with her, right? Basically, he got his own space, right? And even when we see those scenes on Thursdays with Kenny and Janae, it feels different, at least for me, when I see Leah and Miguel. It feels different even when I see Cordell and Serena, the little times that we see Cordell. It seems more real. Janae and Kenny just felt... It felt scripted. It felt forced. You get what I'm saying? And maybe I'm doing some revisionist history because I got the information now compared to watching it back then. But I think if we go back and look at clips, go back to look at TikToks, go back and just basically evaluate basically their relationship, it's like, it's like it's not as easy flowing as Leah and Miguel. And truth be told, a lot of people didn't have faith for Leah and Miguel to be together this long.
Well, I guess for me, like I said in our previous episode, watch it, y'all, is that I wasn't too sure about Kenny until after Casa when he cried and thought he lost Janae.
Yeah.
I thought that, so he's genuinely interested in her. And I just felt like he just wasn't a super expressive guy when it came to like, you know, compared to Janae. I feel like in a lot of situations or relationships, the women do tend to be more expressive or more doting or more, you know, physical touch, you know, when it's just, you know, them and or in public and stuff like that. Yeah. So I just felt like, okay, maybe he's just more of a quiet, kind of chill type of guy. And I feel like when it came to Leah and Miguel, I didn't really think they would last this long either because I felt like they're just kind of on the high from the show. I'm like, but
it just makes two people having fun.
Yeah, I thought they were just having fun. I didn't even think they took themselves that seriously, honestly. But I will say, when they're together and when what is his name? Cordell and Serena are together,
it just flows.
But I think it's like that because they're actually doing life together. Because what is his name? Miguel was talking about how he's always at Leah's house, and Leah comes by his apartment sometimes, and he got a place out in LA and all that type of stuff. So they're doing life together on the daily. And the same thing is with Cordell and Serena. Even though he may be off to work, like they're in this thing and they're doing life together. Yeah. With Janae and Kenny, from what I understood, is that they didn't really live near each other. They had this opportunity to come to LA to film this show, but they still wanted there to be some separation. Of course, they probably visited each other, but it just didn't seem like they did life together from the outside looking in. It could be very much that they were always on the phone, they were always FaceTiming, and I can totally believe that because it seemed like it came as a shock to Janae because she probably was doing life with this man who was lying to her, you know?
And then on top of that, I think there's a lot of embarrassment to like your point to where it's like, I'm sure Janae probably feel like, this happening to me again. You get what I'm saying? Like throughout the whole season 6 season, she was basically with Connor, and then that's when she wasn't with Connor, and then she was trying to talk to Miguel, and then Miguel ended up not choosing her. It basically was just basically
she couldn't get a break.
She couldn't get a break. And now she's thinking, like, I'm out the villa, I got my man and things like that. I won the ultimate prize of basically, I may not have won the money, but I came here for love and I found love, and now I'm back in the ringer less than a year later. You get what I'm saying? So I can understand the embarrassment, and I empathize and sympathize. Especially, it's hard to vet someone who is intentionally, let me say that again, intentionally lying to you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Deceiving you.
That's where you got to go with a, basically, like, you got to go through with a microcomb even more and comb through the information and basically put them in situations. That's why I'm like, okay.
I don't think there's anything she could have done differently. I just feel like
I don't think there's anything she could have done differently, but the situations that she was in, I can see how she could have responded differently. Like, I think I go back to that conversation to where she basically was talking about he was basically her savior, and basically he came for her, and basically she had dreams of Dominican babies, and he's basically the guy that
Why can't she be excited?
No. No. You don't do that. You don't leave yourself open like that for someone you just met. Like that's you're not doing the due diligence to protect yourself, right? If you let me know how open you are to basically, like, when I just met you and you tell me straight up less than a week or whatever that I'm the guy of your dreams, you dreamt of me and things of that nature. If I'm a clout demon, you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna take an opportunity because I'm an opportunist.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't want to blame her, but I think there's always room for improvement on everybody's part and things like that. On Kenny's part, he needs to sit down somewhere if everything that they say about him is true. And on Janae's part, I hope that she can look at Kenny as an outlier, right? And actually, like, have a great dating experience outside the villa and basically move on with her life. And basically, like, she find that happiness that she's searching for.
Yeah, I hope the same thing too. But I will say, like, some men, they will lie about having whole families.
That's true.
They'll be married, trying to talk to women and hiding their wives. Like, some men will go about and say that they don't got kids when they do have kids.
That's
like,
true.
I'm just saying, like, it's treacherous out here. Okay.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's a shame that, you know, you get into a situation or relationship with somebody and you think they're the person that they portray themselves to be, only for a year later for it all to be crumbling down when all of the truth comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yes, like, absolutely, I want her to protect herself and to vet people more. But some people are really evil and they want to put you in a bad situation.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And that's really tough.
I would say that this is unfortunate for Janae. And anybody else who signs up for Love Island after season 7 that just happened, just know that the chances of this happening to you, it has increased.
Yeah, it definitely increased.
It's no longer 0%. It's damn near 50%. Because now people can actually see especially if you're making it in, if you make it past Casa, right? The whole, like, Janae, Leah, and Serena thing was a huge thing, a brand that probably was bigger than the show itself. You get what I'm saying? To where they themselves individually potentially got millions of followers just from them being sisterhood. You get what I'm saying? To, like, the point where even with this season start, people were talking about, I can't wait for her to actually link up with PPG and stuff like that. I don't think that's gonna happen. But it just, like, PPG is like a milestone. Or basically it's like the Mount Rushmore of Love Island USA. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, hey, guys, women, especially women, because, you know, guys could be clout demons, but guess what? Women could be clout demons too. Because,
for sure.
Because at the end of the day, I don't believe, I'm going to be real honest, I don't believe any of y'all signed up for Love Island to find love. Sorry. Especially after season 6. I don't believe anybody after season 6 is coming on Love Island for love, because I think y'all see how big the show is, and if you end up finding love, that's
great.
That's great, but I don't think anybody after season 6 is signing up for love. So to me, everybody's a clout demon, because my thing is, there's other easier ways than finding someone that you want to be with than flying to Fiji, being in basically a prison villa to where they don't tell you the time. You sleep 2 hours a night and things of that nature. You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. And basically, like, you just can't wait to get home. There's other ways to find love that's easier than that. But people go through that because there's clout on the other side of it.
Yeah, the benefits that you could get.
So you're going to get more opportunists like Kenny from this point on.
Kendall too.
You just want to make sure that we involve Kendall.
Don't forget, y'all.
It just is what it is. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Let us know what you think. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see y'all.
Bye.